Look at you. You look good.
I'm cold.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, man.
I have the chills, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Because of the weight loss challenge, you not feeling good?
Are
you sick?
I went to move my car for street cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like hot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, maybe I'll stay in here for a minute and like sauna. And yeah, I fell asleep.
For real?
I woke up like an hour later, covered in sweat.
I think you're lying. Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
That'd be funny. Dude,
Trying to win this thing though, dude. I got my boxing attire on.
I just got back from a 5-mile walk.
Nice.
You know, I've decided, man.
That's not bad. That's actually 5 is like. Dude. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
I think
about a 5-mile walk.
You can try to make me feel bad, but like I'm at peace with my effort. I've tried really hard, and if I lose, which we've gone back and I know people on Instagram think I like got it locked, but I know for a fact I'd actually give you the slight advantage right now, just based on because we've been going we've been kind of as long as you're telling the truth, I think you're up right now a pound or two.
Yeah.
And
but there's also like a ringing in my ear. You know, I get nosebleeds frequently.
Dude, I get lightheaded all day. Used to only be when I stand up. Now it's just always.
I just spit it back to keep my body weight down.
You can't you can't. We still have a week left. You can't sweat it out now.
I have to.
It's not going to help you. You got to do it.
Sure it will.
Do you think women...
I envy being proud of my effort.
Do you think
like you being proud of your effort?
Do weight loss challenges?
Do I think women do?
Yeah. Or do they already have too much to lose just in life?
I'll tell you one thing. I don't think women have to.
That's for real. Absolutely. Good point.
I said it.
Good point.
I said it first.
I just want to completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had this thought today where I was like, it was kind of like a privilege check. Like we need to punish ourselves for not losing weight because the world doesn't really as much.
Yeah. 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 People are like, you look good. I'm like, don't say that. Yeah. That's the last thing I need to hear.
And I just pictured us like explaining this to a woman and she'd be like, what? What happens if you lose? You have to take a embarrassing picture. That's cute. Yeah. If I'm not in shape, then I'm not respected as a human being. But that's fun. Have fun with your little game.
Yeah. They're like, there's embarrassing pictures of me online because I hooked up with a douchebag in college.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, the punishment sounds scary.
Yeah. Ooh. Look at you guys have a podcast. Good for you. Good for you. Two white guys with a podcast.
Wait, what? Why do you keep calling me a white guy, dude? I am literally 52.4% North African.
But look at the color of your skin.
I am.
I'm tanner than you.
So let me get this straight. If there was a KKK rally and I walked in, everyone would be like, "Hey, brother, good to see you."
Yeah.
No one would be like, "What's up?"
I don't think so. I mean, if they might be like,
wow.
who are you? But then once you introduced yourself, be like, I'm new in town. They'd be like, all right, cool.
Dude, I appreciate you welcoming me to the club I'm not submitting for, but I'm out.
All right,
I am out.
Dude, let's take this to the Hesbos. Let
all
us
right.
know.
Am I white?
Is Zack white?
When you see Zack, when you see Zack, do you see white? Dude, I hike the trail. Speaking of my heritage, I hiked Runyon Canyon, which like gets really dusty, and it's like desert. You're like hiking the mountainous LA desert.
I've done it, yeah.
And I was just thinking like,
were you on the paved part, or you actually hit?
No,
you hit some dirt.
Dirt, like hard dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's all like rocks and dirt. Like I'm afraid of rattlesnakes. Like that's how kind of wildernessy it feels. But
wildernessy.
Wildernessy.
Right in the middle of West Hollywood. Okay.
But well, it's the hills. So it's near mansions,
Sure.
but
Mansion
jackrabbits, rattlesnakes. Anyway.
A squirrel looked at me aggressive.
I was like trudging through it. It's brutal. Like you want to. I haven't gotten through it yet without stopping. But I just couldn't help but think about like I've been to my mom's village in Morocco, and I know like that she used to just trek for miles to get a minor task done, like get water from the well,
right,
or like go to school or go to the market. And I was thinking like she came to this country for a better life, and here I am in a fully furnished, air-conditioned apartment, and for me, I'm just like trudging through a fucking desert. Like I feel like my ancestors would be like, "Are you dumb?
Yeah, why are you doing this,
Dude? You have a pool.
Why don't you go to the grocery store and get every different kind of cuisine?
Get whatever you want.
Yeah,
just sample. Sample. That's what they would say. Sample.
They're just,
Moroccan.
They're just saying sample in an accent. I get it.
Yeah, Moroccans, like their sense of humor, my cousin's sense of humor, it never translated. Like foreign jokes.
Right.
They would crack up, and I go, "What's the joke?" And one cousin would translate it to me, and it was just the least funniest thing I've ever heard. Like there's something lost. It's almost like you have to understand the entire history of a culture and stereotypes.
Right.
Like if I were to freestyle a Moroccan joke that I'm sure just off the top of my head has probably been said in Morocco in some form or another. Like a Moroccan joke would be, and I'm totally making this up. This isn't a real one.
Right.
But I bet there's something close. It's like, the Algerian, he comes in and he steals your shoe. Moroccan, we take your ring. Huh? And it's like,
everyone cracks up.
Standing ovation, dude.
Yeah.
People leave the theater because they're running off the laugh so hard.
I mean, that's kind of like why I think comedy is so cool, because it's easy to say that like laughs are easy. It's the lowest form of art. And that's not completely wrong. But then at the same time, it is something where like it's sort of how like people will be they'll like go back and watch Carlin. They'll be like, he's not that funny. And it's like, yeah, because you're watching him now.
Yeah.
And it's like, and kind of to the point we've talked about before, like it needs to be live too. It needs to also kind of be in the same time. Yeah. And that's why it is kind of a fleeting. It needs to, I mean, it's the most in the moment art form there is.
And the moment expires like that.
Yeah.
Like I saw a clip of Bo Burnham being like, dude, I look back at my old YouTube specials and I cringe. I'm like, oh my God, people liked, that's what we were into?
Yeah.
But I think that is a cool thing about it. It is one of like the most present shared experiences.
Right.
Like we laugh in that moment because it hits us in that moment.
Right.
And then if someone gets your album after the show, moments pass, dude. Don't buy Torio's album.
Don't.
That's from a moment long ago.
Don't buy it. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. You want old moments? Get like an old photo. That's an old moment I could look at and just, as you would say, nyam, nyam, nyam. Old Wild West photos to me make me go, nyam, 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 nyam. Like, let me chew on that fat.
Sepia tone, dude. Let me get in there.
Ooh.
Dude, I am so tired all day, every day. Is this what?
Oh my God.
Is this what?
I sigh frequently.
Is this what skinny people feel like all day?
Just like depleted.
Yeah.
I say weird things now too to like pump myself up or like to emote. Like I came home the other day and I'd been drinking so much water that I had to pee so bad, and it took me a while to get home. But when I peed, I went to myself in the bathroom. I went, oof, on the set. Put that on the set. And that's like a rap thing about gangs.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. And I caught myself and I was like, what are we?
What are we?
What are we?
What are we?
What are we? Yeah, on the set, man.
I've never missed Emily more than during the weight loss challenge when it comes to the podcast, because I'm just like, I don't want to talk. I'm just like too tired to talk even for like a half hour, 40 minutes. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, let's go. Let's fucking go. Talk. What do we got? I got nothing.
Dude, that is me. What you just said right there is me with every task of my day. It's like, ooh, let's go. I open the fridge. I'm like, what do we got? Okay. All right. We got spinach.
I just ate a pickle wedge before the podcast, and I'm like, you better.
Me too.
I was like yelling at the pickle. I was like, you better make me feel full. You better fucking work, pickle. You 0-calorie pickle. You better make my stomach stop hurting.
Yeah, I'm in a weird place, man. Feels like it's almost having a psychological like effect on me.
It's also like it sucks to complain about, because I know people don't give a shit.
We're choosing to starve.
We're choosing to do this. I'm trying.
People are hungry in this country, and we're choosing to starve.
Yeah, someone asked me. I was at a cafe today, because I'm pretty much like half of my diet's black coffee. It's the only thing.
Oh wow, it's good.
Just to keep me awake, you know.
Yeah.
And then so I was at a cafe trying to write jokes, and this lady came up to me and was like, "I'm so hungry. Can you help?" And I just like, "Yeah, me too." And no, I can't help.
You should be like, I'll order you a croissant, but you got to eat it right in front of me.
I get to smell your breath.
Oh my god, dude! Look at us just out here riffing.
We be riffing. I think I'm gonna get a beard trim day before the weigh-in. You know?
Yeah, man, cut it all.
Dude, your beard's back. You look like a real human again.
Finally, I got somewhat of a jawline.
Yeah.
You think it's weight loss. It's not. This triple chin is right here, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. That's the thing is so it's been 3 weeks. I've lost 12 pounds. I don't know where you're at.
Yeah, about there.
And I don't feel like it's enough for the amount of work. I mean, in number, 12 pounds is in 21 days. It's great.
Phenomenal.
But in my mind, I think I thought I'd lose 20 pounds in the month, and now I think obviously I'm going to be short of that.
25?
20.
Wow.
I thought I could lose 20.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm thinking the winner will probably be in that 15, 16 range.
Yeah, I think so too. But you don't know, like it hits waves. Like that first wave of weight loss was like, boom. Oh, bro.
Yeah, I lost 8 pounds.
Let's just watch the
plateaued. Yeah. Went a week without losing a pound. Then I lost 4 more. Yeah.
It melts for whatever reason. The fat burns like oddly.
So we haven't discussed the rules. So you were 204.2. I was 204.
And you were 204.4? 6. I think I was 0.4.
No, it's 0.2. I have it written. I have the image.
The difference is 0.2.
The difference was 0.4.
Okay.
So is it who loses the most weight? So if you lose 20.2 and I lose 20.4, do I win, right? Even though you technically weigh less? Yeah. It's who loses the most, right?
Who loses the most weight? Okay. Are we going the most percentage of our previous weight?
We don't need to, because I don't think that will come into play.
I don't think it's going to come down to that.
Yeah.
When I chop this leg off, I don't think we're going to be thinking about percentages.
I think as long as I lose more weight, I could technically weigh a little bit more than you and still win.
Yeah.
But it'd be very. At first, I was like, no. I mean, the fact that we were 0.4 apart, I was like, well, that won't come into play. But now I'm like, It could come into play.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we got some good punishments ideas from the Hesbos.
Yeah, they love to fucking punish us.
Shirtless on a horse was pretty good.
Yeah, someone's got a horse apparently. Yeah, that's great.
And then someone else hit me up and was like, I got a horse you can use.
What if one of us dies on a horse for this fucking challenge?
Will you go? Let me ask you this. Will you go if you win, will you go shirtless in one of them on the cover maybe, or one of the.
If I win,
Yeah. You could change your mind, but like right now, I feel like if I win, I'd be willing to go shirtless in one photo with you for fun.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't want to.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to either, but I also would.
Yeah, I guess if
I'll feel bad for you if you lose.
Yeah.
Not as much.
I'll
as
feel bad for me too.
Yeah, I'll feel bad for me if I lose. Like, because I know that it'd be one thing if one of us didn't try as hard. But
right, but I'm torturing myself. Like, you want to talk about no punishment is as bad as what I've been doing to myself every day.
It's like I just for a month torture. Yeah, I mean torture is the word.
And people can say like, oh, you got to put a positive spin on it, but it is quite literally Sisyphus. I go out of my door and I climb that fucking mountain every day. I push my goddamn fat gut up that vertical incline. It's near vertical. Like my hands touch dirt to get up.
Yeah, I did it once with you and I was like, I'm more.
No.
Yeah, we didn't even go all the way.
The part you did
we had
was
to go back because we had shows. Yeah,
I don't do that anymore out of guilt. Out of guilt that I didn't put my all out.
So now you go.
But what's weird is like, I go a different route up the mountain, and it is rough, dude. It feels like towards the end of the last steep incline, it feels like Moses. Like I feel like I'm about to go receive the 10 Commandments. Like the sun is just beating down on me at the top of the fucking mountain.
Right. Which is tough for you because you probably get sunburned because of how white you are.
No, actually, you know what's funny is I did not get sunburnt, which is weird because of how white I am. Dude, weird. I go to Morocco not saying a word and people speak Arabic to me.
That's cool.
I go to fucking I worked in restaurants. Mexicans asked where I was from. And they didn't mean where in the Bay Area.
All right, man, you're vaguely ethnic.
Thank you. Ethnically ambiguous is the term that we use in show business. Oh my God, speaking of show business.
Yes.
Move over, recall Gavin Newsom.
What'd you
I got a commercial. Well, it's an audition that I got to do. But this commercial is the most tone deaf, jokey, funny commercial I have ever seen, dude.
All right, paint the picture.
It makes Gavin Newsom commercial look like, well, at least they like knew their joke.
Right.
This one, it's about it's some tech company, which like,
of course.
Perfect. I feel bad because what if someone who listens to our podcast happens to have written this commercial? By any stretch, look, congratulations, your script got passed and you're about to be the author or screenwriter of a commercial. Mm-hmm. But the role I am auditioning for, it's a one-person commercial for the role of G. Loeb.
Wait, what's his name?
G.
The letter
Loeb.
G. Loeb.
Yeah.
Like earlobe, but G lobe.
Or globe.
Oh. God.
I am a globe.
Oh, got it.
I'm a globe.
Got it.
And I start the commercial as a globe, as a person with a globe suit.
Okay.
And I go. It says in the script, a series of natural disasters and chaos plays on the TV screen. And I go, I got 99 problems, but a snack ain't one. And I have a snack service, a delivery subscription snack meal. It's like, dude, why are we talking about forest fires and hurricanes?
Why are you bringing it up?
Why touch it? Why touch that? So I'm like reading this before we started recording the pod. Like, I wonder if I can.
You just see people in Afghanistan falling off the plane and like women in Texas running away. And then it's just like, I got my Dunkaroos. Nom.
Yeah. It's people getting screamed at arrested in front of an abortion clinic for trying to walk in.
Right.
And then me just going like, who wants Hershey's Kisses?
So bad.
And so So I like sometimes I'll get an audition and I think, dude, I could probably knock this out right now. And right before we started recording the pod, I get the notification. I'm like, ooh, maybe I could squeeze this in. And I read the script and I go, yeah, I'm gonna need some time.
Well, you want to try it right now?
I don't even know how I'm gonna say the words. I got 99 problems, but a snack ain't one. And then I'm just eating random snack. The commercial is for snacks.
It's also just like, what? Really? People are delivering snacks now? How afraid of leaving the house have we become?
Yes.
Or it's just like we have no self-control. It's like I have to have my snacks individually delivered. Otherwise, I eat them all in one day.
Right. It's like one of those infomercials where they drop the snacks or like the thing because they don't have the device. Right. You know, there's like someone's just at the store like, what am I supposed to do with all these gas station options?
So dumb.
It is really dumb. But then also the weight loss part of me was like, snacks. I miss snacking.
Dude, I forget about snacks. That's the hardest part.
Eating for purpose is really the hardest part.
Yeah.
You know what's another one is I can't do anything. Like I have not gone to like hang out at the Comedy Store or like even go to any comedy show because I'm going to want to drink.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood Improv, sit at the bar.
And I'm just going to buy maybe a Diet Coke and just sit
there.
Yeah. Saving money,
that sounds awful. You are saving money. And I'm sure you'll still have fun. You know, you're really a baseball fan, so it's not like you need the drink to like enjoy yourself.
I don't need it at all.
But like, I don't know. Like if I'm hanging out at a comedy show, sober comics are everywhere these days.
But isn't that a little like kind of revealing that like maybe you don't like hanging out at comedy shows?
Well, no, it's like I do like to go when I'm performing. I don't need a drink.
Totally.
But yeah, but like trying to like talk, it's you know what it is? It's a social lubricant.
Yeah, but you should be past that. Like, because I would like you are though. I mean, you could do it. I've gone out and I've hung out and not drank, and it's still fun.
I'm sure you're the life of the party, Torio.
No, but I mean, I sucked hammered, so nothing's different.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, maybe I'll try socializing before this weight loss challenge is over.
Go out there.
You're a dick. You know they're just gonna want me to drink.
Yeah, dude. Drunk Zack's fun, Zack.
Drunk Zack is fun, Zack.
Dude, I think our show at Punchline with Gold Nathan Habibi might be sold out.
You hear that, Hesbos?
If you wanted to see the reunification of the original Hesby 3, because Emily's also on the show, you missed out. The show is sold out. Yeah. But you can still see me at Punchline next Wednesday to Saturday, September.
Or me at San Francisco Athletic Club on Wednesday.
But if you'd rather be indoors at a comedy club, why don't you hit up old TorioVanGrol.com?
Yeah. You guys know how COVID's working. I'm sure you'd rather be indoors. If there's an off chance that you'd like open air between you and strangers sitting nearby, guffawing, spitting up their drinks in laughter.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hang out with you this weekend, dude. Watch a little football.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some keto snacks going for sure.
Lots of celery sticks, and you can just dip it into water.
Yep. Whoa, easy on the water there, Chief.
No dips. There's no dips. Salsa.
Yeah.
Salsa is okay.
Salsa's okay.
I've done some salsa with chicken. That's pretty good combo.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, like a burrito without a rice or tortilla. I've been doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it. The thing is, like, I'm not happy with my body yet. Like you'd think
Not
I'd
at
be
all.
like, oh yeah,
I'm
baby,
still very
12
fat.
pounds down.
Yeah.
Nope.
And I'm like 50 pounds down since the beginning, since like the peak COVID weight. And
Right.
I'm like, I don't look in the mirror. I don't look different to me. And I'm sure.
Same.
I mean, my clothes fit different, so I know I am
Right.
thinner. But like how much weight do you have to lose before you start to like yourself?
Yeah. I wish I'd
I'm
taken
beginning to
before
think it's
pictures.
not the weight.
I think we should have taken before pictures. Then we'd go, wow, okay.
Yeah.
But it's just whenever I start working out or being healthy, I'm like, I don't want to take a picture. This is my weakest.
I don't want this picture to exist and then me not lose weight. And then I just looking at the picture
Yeah.
of me now. Like, yep, that's me still. Phone down.
Right.
Cry myself to sleep.
Your before picture becomes your current picture. Yeah, that's why. That's why we don't take it. Fear of failure.
I don't want that photo to exist.
People look through your phone. They're like, what's that picture? You're like, that was for a thing I didn't do.
That was me, believe it or not, 5 pounds lighter.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy right now. I want to just like party. But thank God I'm like not partying, dude. People are fucking overdosing.
Yeah, people overdosed on fentanyl.
Yeah, laced with, cocaine laced with fentanyl has been circulating around.
It's so wild.
It's nuts because it's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's that stigma of like overdosing on fentanyl where you think of someone that's just like really strung out. And not to say that they're like worse or more deserving, you know, it just shouldn't be happening at all. But
Why?
to know that it's like people at house parties just like, yeah, I'll do a little bump.
Yeah.
And then they're fucking hospitalized or dead.
Why do people do this? Is it just to kill people?
Yeah, I'm like, is this a vengeance thing? I guess just drugs are, it's like people are heavy-handed with their fucking measuring. I don't know. I mean, people, the thing is when you like buy drugs, there's always that discussion of like, are these good or are these bad?
Right.
And bad means been passed through so many hands that a very small percentage of it's actually cocaine anymore because they're trying to stretch it for more money. But the idea of adding something that could kill you just seems like bad business.
And
like
fentanyl's
take out the
gotta be
humanity
expensive
of it.
in its own way.
I don't think so because you use so little of it. It's like a tiny amount can make you overdose. There was the story of a DEA drug enforcement officer, and they had a big seizure of fentanyl and other stuff, and I guess they had latex gloves on and were playing it safe, and then they get back into the station and he goes, "Oh, you got some on your shirt," and he wiped it with his fingers and it went in his pores and he almost overdosed. Like he almost died.
Jesus.
Just from like dusting himself off.
Is that real?
So I don't.
Some of those stories.
I did
feel
read
like
it. It wasn't on TikTok.
It was on one TikTok. Then it has to be real.
It wasn't on TikTok. I did read it.
No, then it's not real.
I actually read it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. I feel like just big pharma, dude. They piss me off these days. These guys in suits in this fucking corporate world are really the ones that are just like churning out something that can straight up fucking murder you.
I just love that you're wearing that beanie while you say that.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like you're behind like a school gymnasium, just like, hey kids, listen to this. Big pharma trying to kill all of us. They're not trying to kill all of us. They're trying to numb all of us, keep us alive. See, that's what I don't get is I don't understand who wants to kill people with fentanyl.
They don't. They just want higher dosages for whatever reason. Because if you watch HBO Crime of the Century, it's a really good investigative report on that whole industry. And they basically just went from like OxyContin was like the beginning.
Right.
And it took off. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, how do we make it stronger? These addicts are fiending, And then they started making these other ways to like administer straight up like heroin, basically opioids into your system at a higher dosage. And they found one guy who was like a recovered drug addict, like a heroin addict who had been through the ringer and just still alive, like a Frank Gallagher character from Shameless.
Yeah.
And a pharmaceutical rep came to him and was like, hey, why don't you take this many? And he's like, I don't feel any numbness yet. And they're like, take more. And he's like, it got to a point where, they just kept seeing how high I could go. And then that set the new restriction. So I was like this example that was like, see, people need more. Jesus. And he's like, it got to a point where it would take me about 15 minutes to get down all the fucking opioids. And then they upgrade it. And then fentanyl is kind of like the last chapter, I think, or the most recent chapter that I know of in that book, where they're like, oh, we found this new powder. You don't need to use a ton. And it really packs a punch.
Dude, that kind of shit, like, even hearing about it, it triggers my anxiety.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You don't know why? Like,
No.
you don't know if it's like the business side of like, or the flawed justice system, or just like the effects of the drug?
No, it's like drugs like trigger my anxiety.
Yeah.
Maybe because like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You had a good dare cop.
Yeah, he scared me straight.
He used to just shake you. He used to just grab you by both biceps and shake you.
That's a good dare cop.
You know what was the coolest part of the doc? And I may have mentioned it on the podcast. Hesby, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. But there was they talked about the idea of pain medication and like how it came to be. Mm-hmm. And in the very beginning, back in the old days of like when surgeons would perform a surgery and there were bleachers, like that show The Nick, like other doctors travel across the world to see how this operation's performed. Around that time is when they started introducing pain medication or like local anesthesia.
Right.
And doctors were all against it because there was this philosophy that it prevents the healing process. When you feel the pain of it, they wanted their patients to not go under and feel the pain because it basically showed their brain where the problem area is and gave their brain all the info they needed to like go attack and like heal.
Right.
And I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. Obviously, I wouldn't want that. Like I went and got fillings in and I was like, yep, Novocaine me up till I'm drooling all over myself. I don't want to feel my teeth being ground down to a powder.
Have you ever heard the like idea that even though you don't feel or remember the pain from those surgeries, like your body still has the trauma from it?
No. Oh, like circumcision?
Oh, no, I didn't think about like that. Is that what people say?
People say that about circumcision.
But I was thinking more like just like if you... Well, yeah, now I don't want to... Never mind.
I did get a foot surgery, and the doctor said while I was under, like there were so many nerves in my foot that it kept like twitching. He's like, whoa, you have like a vast network of like nerves in your foot. And he was like, it made the surgery kind of tricky. I kept thinking you were waking up.
Right.
But I was like, I have no recollection. I was completely under.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Being a surgeon would be weird.
You know another thing? Rock hard, he said.
Really?
Just raging boner. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he just like, he's like, at one point I just jerked you off so it would go away.
And it didn't. So then you got to clean up the fucking rock hard boner. No. And I'm like, we got to get back to this surgery, you guys.
He's going to wake up soon. And he's just going to see me jerking
him off. To me, jerking him off. And I'm going to be like, this was you. You started this.
I like that you were wiping your eye, but like that could have been part of it.
Calm.
Like, this is why I went to med school.
This is all your fault. They said, don't be a nice doctor. Just get down to business. And here I am taking care of my patients.
I mean, with how much you pay for a surgery these days, you know?
It was so, dude, healthcare system's so fucked that he was like, go get a MRI. No, is that what it is? MRI?
Sure.
Yeah. Where they take like the in-depth x-ray.
Yeah.
And I went to the MRI, and it was basically like with my health insurance going to cost me like a little under like $2,000.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, I trust you, doc. Like I went back to him. He's like, did you get it? I'm like, let's just find out what's in there when we get there, you know? And he's like, yeah, that's also an option. You know, I understand.
That's why I got my Italian citizenship.
So you can go in there like, we give you MRI.
No, it's free.
And we're going to put you under with a thick potato gnocchi.
Oh, thanks, man. Like, I get to eat the gnocchi before? Like, of course. How else
No, it's
will
a
we do the
big
surgery?
IV. It's a big IV with little gnocchi going through your bloodstream.
Dude, I went to...
In 5 years, this is going to be the most racist thing on podcasts, or Italian impressions.
Yeah.
Like Italians are the only people that haven't like fallen under the shadow of like you can't make fun of it.
I was walking down in Little Italy, and it was like the World Cup qualifiers have started. So I walked by this like wine bar, and I saw that the Italian game was on. I was like, well, that's cool. I'm in Little Italy. I'll try to like find a bar and like just, maybe grab some lunch or whatever. And I kind of like, but Little Italy in San Diego, it's like pretty touristy. So like I couldn't really find any spots that had the game on. So I walked back to this wine bar, and I was like, they have food. I'll just go there. And I get there, and the guy's like, can I help you? And I was just like, oh, I just wanted to grab some lunch, maybe watch the end of the match, It was like second half. And he goes, oh, we're closed. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, but you can sit and watch if you want. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I sat, but like I'm immediately out of my element because it's like me and just like 8 Italians all speaking Italian watching the match. And like, I know like 3 of the players on Italy. You know what I mean? Like I don't follow soccer enough. But then at the same time, like I can't leave now. Like first of all, I want to watch the game, and now I'm just watching it in the middle of 8 Italian dudes who like, and they drew like a game they should have won. So I'm just like watching 8 angry Italians, and they like do the thing where like if they miss a shot, they get out of their chairs. They have to take a lap. They gotta calm themselves down. It was. And
did you partake? Like people align.
Oh yeah, but I did I didn't get out of my chair. I just did the yeah, not good.
Did you do an occasional hand like?
Yeah, just a little. I did yep. Makes me want.
Did you say not good or did you go not good?
I said hey, mastacholi, and they said excuse me, mastacholi like the pasta, and I said see.
He said I told you were closed. What about if you see Italians to like align with you, like when Southern people see Southern people, they like really get Southern now.
Yeah. I don't think.
Do you go, hey, Vittorio Cafasso?
What about that?
Do you say like your Italian full name and your Italian
use my mom's maiden name?
Yeah, and your mom's last name?
I should.
You should just go Vittorio Cafasso.
No, but I always it was the same thing when I went to the consulate. I'm like, if I say my full name in an Italian accent, they're just going to start speaking Italian.
Yeah, but you go, I don't speak Italian, and then you go, your name, you go, Vittorio Cafasso.
They'll be like, okay.
No, they'll be like, you're saying it right. Thank you for saying it right.
Right.
Like, if I say Chapaloni, people are like,
Chapaloni.
What's the matter with your mouth?
See, I'm always afraid that they're going to think I'm mocking their language. So I'm like,
I'll
just go
no, I think the
American.
Opposite happens. I mean, if like, don't do it with English words, but if it's your actual name,
Vittorio.
I think they'd prefer you say versus going Vittorio. They'd go, oh, what is this sound you make? Yeah, you don't know your name.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, do the name and then
to,
go
Little Italy for the next match.
And then if they go, all right, we just need to see ID, you go, it's a little different.
It's Vittorio still there, but
Ivan Grol? How do you say Van Grol in Italian?
Vano Grolish.
Do you guys make Dutch names your own? How do you like do like how
Brunello.
we do?
All right, man. Banger City. End it.
All right. So check this out.
All right.
There's a lot of problems in the world.
Sick.
Forest fires. Climate change. Rising sea levels. An epidemic that we have not yet figured out. Global pandemic at moments. Corruption in politics.
Paper cuts.
Stub toes. Unhappy marriages.
I get lonely every day.
Children clawing their way out of student debt while old, rich people who never had to work a day in their lives tell them that they need to work harder. Jobs that don't want to pay wages that are considered livable by today's standards.
Dry mouth.
Crooked teeth.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Healthcare's flawed. You can't get your eyes checked. You can't even see your own hand.
Airline security lines are too long.
Motherfucking people are just rude. And that makes you think about, are you being too nice? And then you perpetuate rudeness.
Yeah, or sometimes
as a defense.
You say thank you, and then the person says you're welcome, but you're like, shit, dude, I didn't fucking mean it that much.
Right. Liking things that people box you in a stereotype. I like to go to a vintage bookstore. Doesn't mean I'm a hipster. You know what I mean? I like pumpkin spice season, but it doesn't make me a basic bitch. I'm adventurous as fuck every other season. Beating my own drum year round. So I like pumpkin spice. So I get a little giddy. You know what I mean?
I don't need the judgment.
I like rap. It doesn't mean I want to be black. I'm not white. I am not white. Minorly white.
Only 48%.
People are straight up dying for mysterious causes that political people in power are using to push their own agenda.
Whatever happened to that airline? Malaysia Airlines.
Missing
Where's that?
planes. China dominating us. The war's not in the trenches. It's in technology. We have already lost the war, but I'll tell you this.
When we going back to the moon?
We're never going back to the moon, man. It's not a priority. We're too busy hating each other. With all that said, who's feeling peckish?
Because snacks ain't a problem here, no.
I may got problems, but I also got a fine-ass mixture of fruit and nuts.